It's finally here. The Blizz 52 Salvage event is currently live on World of Warships. So today I'm going to be going over what is worth getting in the Salvage Victory event. So there's the Blizz 44 that is in, as well as the Blizz 52, as well as this aura farming camo for the Blizz 44, and the Blizz 52. So I'll be going over what is worth getting and why, and if everything is too much, and what resources you need to spend in this Salvage event. So let's get started. Currently in the armor, you just go down here and you go to the Salvage event right here. As you can see, you get the Blizz camo right here for the first aura farming, then you get the Blizz 44, then the Blizz 44 aura farming, then the Blizz 52, and then the Blizz 52 aura farming. As you can see, you can spend research bureau points, you can spend premium time, commander XP, and then steel. Since the steel event is coming up, I highly recommend not spending your steel on this event. Instead of spending it on research bureau points, premium time, or commander XP, depending upon what resources you have. So I currently do not have the Blizz 44, so let's just do an example of getting the Blizz 44. So right here, as you can see, I have a lot of research bureau points. So if I use all of mine, I can get all the way down to here, right? So it's 82,500. If I were to use all of my commander XP, which is this, it's going to cost a lot. It's going to cost a lot. That is 4 million, by the way. And then you have premium time, which goes all the way down to here. And I'm just a little bit short of the aura farming at the very end. So this event is not meant for new players to get the ship all the way down at the end. It is more meant to, it's way easier to get the Blizz 44, as you can see here. You don't have to, you can spend way less to just get the Blizz 44. So if you're newer to the game, you can still get the Blizz 44, and then you could try to get the Blizz 44 aura farming camo, but I do not recommend you trying to go all the way down to the Blizz 52 unless you have a mountain of resources. And I'm going to be going over the builds for both of these ships, so you guys can get that information from me as well. So I'm going to spend 3 million commander XP, oh god, and 33,000 research bureau points. So, alright, so let's get this real quick. Alright, so this is the Blizz 44, the aura farming. Alright, so let's go over the Blizz 44 build, because I know a lot of you guys are probably going to get the Blizz 44. So let's go over that build real quick. And then we will go over the Blizz 52 build, and then it'll be done for the day. Alright. So the Blizz 44 is going to be more of like a gunboat destroyer, as in like one you go out and hunt enemy destroyers. So you're going to want to build this into hydro to get your hydro time longer, because that is very important. Aiming systems to be more accurate. Then you're going to want propulsion to be more maneuverable. Then, of course, you're going to need concealment to give you a better concealment. That puts you down to 6.7 concealment, which is pretty good. After that, we're going to then use... let's use our good friend here. Let's use you real quick. All right, so let's look at you. Let's go to skills. We're going to reset you real quick. All right, so you got to start off with preventative maintenance. Make it where your main guns don't get knocked out as much. Then last stand. Then survivability expert next. Then you're going to do concealment to build that concealment down to 6 kilometers. That's very important. Again, this is going to be a destroyer hunting build, so you can take RPF to hunt down destroyers. And since you do also have really nice hydro and smoke, sorry, you have the hydro and the engine boost, you do need to get that superintendent to be able to you know, not run out of those, and you always have those on the fly. After that, you're going to take adrenaline rush, and then the final one is going to be the consumable specialist. That makes you get your consumables back quicker. So for your 10-point build, I'll just show you that real quick. 10-point build is going to be here. So you start here, go down to here. Then your 14-point build. If you want DPM faster first, and you do this one, that'll be your 13-point build. Oh, sorry, my apologies. It's going to be your 14-point build first. So radio location, so that's 14. Then it's going to be 17 points, and then 20 points, and then depending upon if you want more DPM first, or you want more, your more engine boost or more hydros. So then I would, it all depends upon you, right? But either or, that's going to be your 20-point build. And the final one's going to be this one, and that's going to be your 21-point build for the Blizz 44. So this is the build that I recommend for this one. It's a really good gumbo destroyer. It's also a really good destroyer hunter. So I would definitely recommend that. And I would definitely recommend getting that ship in the salvage event 100%. It doesn't cost as much as the Blizz 52, which is really, really expensive. But if you think about it, you can use a lot of in-game resources you can get for free. So it's really nice in that regard. So that's why I would still recommend the Blizz 52. If you have a lot of resources lying around, then I would definitely recommend this one. The aura farming is if you just want to aura farm on your enemies. The camo does start at the beginning of the match, but it does kind of turn off a little bit after the beginning of the start, because you know, that's just how that goes with that. It would be cool if it was going on the whole match, but it doesn't, unfortunately. So there is that. But yeah, Blizz 54 is definitely a lot of fun to play, so I would highly recommend that one. All right, so moving on for the Blizz 44, it's going to be the Blizz 52. So the Blizz 52, where are you at? Here you go. The Blizz 52, it is the tier 9 of the bunch. It gets HEAP, torpedoes, of course. It gets a heal, a 9-kilometer radar, and an engine boost. Again, this one can be used either as a farmer or a destroyer hunter. I don't put RPF onto this one because of the fact that you have that 9-kilometer radar. And I also don't take concealment either because its concealment is 7.5, which allows you to essentially, once you get spotted, you just pop radar and you just go after the target that went after you, and that's pretty much it. And you do get a limited amount of radars. You get 4. So you do have to be careful how much they use, because these are quick action radars. So they have a really fast cooldown. So if you're not careful, you'll just run through them really quickly. So normally what I do is at the beginning of the match, I'll go into a cap, try to contest or try to fight it. And then once I get spotted, I pop that radar, try to force that destroyer out. Use that same timer as I do with like the dazzle. So when I know my dazzle is about to run out, I kind of stop shooting and leave the engagement. And then I kind of reverse back in, and by the time that the destroyer comes back, either I have the cap or my radar's back up, and then I'll radar him again, and kind of rinse and repeat the process over and over again. So very important with that. So let me talk about the build for a moment. So you have main armament, you have radar to have your radar a little bit longer, which is very, very important. Then you have the aiming systems, the propulsion, the concealment, and then the reload booster. This is a gumbo build. The torpedoes on this thing, you only get 3. They do hit hard, but with only 3, it's really not worth building into. Next thing is the build itself. So the build itself is you do preventative maintenance first, then last stand, then survivability expert, and then I would do dazzle. That's going to be your 10-point build, right? Your 14-point build is then going to be fearless brawler. Then it's going to be superintendent to get the extra heal and extra radars, and then it's going to be adrenaline rush, and then it's going to be the consumable specialist. Now a lot of you guys may not like the fact that I'm picking dazzle instead of concealment. The main reason for this is because of the fact that since the ship has a 9-kilometer radar, a lot of people are going to build this more for guns, right? So I pick dazzle because it's more beginner or more like average or good player friendly. Higher skill players aren't going to take dazzle, but they're going to take instead, they're going to take BFT, or the main battery AA specialist. They're going to take this, and they're going to take turret diverse, right? That's probably what they're going to do to get that extra DPM. That's what I would do. But for a normal player or like a good player, not like a Unicum, right? Like a good average player, I would recommend dazzle instead. It makes it where it's kind of like a nice little buffer, right? It makes it where they're less likely to hit you for that 15 seconds, and it kind of helps train you on how long you should be doing engages with this ship, because the ship is a great gunboat, but the problem is that those gun angles are not the best, so you have to show a lot of your side to get all the guns going off. And if you get too close, or if you're staying broadside too long doing the shots, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. So you have to know when to enter the engagement and then when to leave, and that dazzle will definitely help you with the timer, right? Because it's 15 seconds. So when you get spotted, it activates for 15 seconds, and then it turns off. And then when you go dark, and then you get active and you get spotted again, it'll reactivate another 15 seconds. So it's a good way to practice how to gunboat properly. So that's my advice for this. Swirsky is not necessary on this ship at all. I'm just using him just because I do. So don't get Swirsky just for this ship. I would not recommend it. All of his special skills are really, they're not really built for this ship. They're built for the Jaeger. They're built for the Holland. They're not built for this at all. They're meant for torpedo boats and torpedoes with a strong anti-air, which the ship does not have. All right. So looking at the the salvage event again one last time. Overall, I would definitely say that the Blizz 44 is definitely really worth it for being a tier 8 premium. Really good in randoms, really good in ranked. PvE, not so much, right? The aura farming, it depends if you have more resources. But the Blizz 52 is only going to be for people that have like a crap ton of resources lying around. Again, it is a tier 9, so I can understand why it costs that much. Even I am struggling with my resources to get it because I don't want to use my steel. So if you have a crap ton of resources lying around, sure, I would definitely recommend that. But if you don't, then I wouldn't. But it's up to you guys to decide that. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys plan on getting the Blizz 52 or the Blizz 44. Tell me what you guys are thinking on that. If you like the camo, if you don't, I want your opinion on your guys' liking or disliking of these camos. I personally like them adding these kind of memes to World of Warships. It makes it in the end that they're more likely to add more of these in the future in either a fun way or some way that the seasons can be involved in some way. So I'm kind of happy with that. So I like them adding these sort of things. But yeah, overall though, I'm really happy with the salvage event. You're able to get a cool camo that's pretty funny. And you're also able to get the Blizz 44. I think the Blizz 44 is a good price for the average player. I think it is. If I'm out of touch on that, please let me know. Sometimes, you know, since I am a CC, I do have a lot of resources. And again, I'm not trying to use any of the premium time at all. So that, you know, I can't, you know, I'm not using that. I'm just using the commander XP that I farm by playing the game. And then I have the research bureau that I get by playing the game. So I'm not using any of the premium time that I get. So I try to use resources that I get by just basically playing the game, so it's more fair to you guys. Because yeah, of course I could then, you know, run the premium time and like just shove it all the way up, right? Or I could use a lot of it. So I plan on doing this though. I do plan to. The thing is though, I currently have the test ship version, so I have to wait until, I think I have to wait until the test ship version goes away for me to get this, because I don't know what happens if I have the test ship version and then I get this, what will happen. I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out. But anywho, thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys found the information useful, definitely leave a like, definitely leave a comment. I do greatly appreciate you guys. Also this month, I will be casting the King of the Seas tournament, and I'll also be having the King of the Sea drops during that. Regionals is going to be coming up this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. You'll be able to get those drops from me, starting with Asia, which starts at midnight Saturday. So 12:01 a.m. Saturday is when that one starts. I'll be starting 30 minutes. I'll be starting about an hour early, so drops should be going on then. All the way up until the end of NA, which is around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll be doing that both for Saturday and Sunday, as well as I'll be casting internationals as well, which will be on the 15th, 16th, 22nd, and 23rd of November. And you guys will be able to get drops from those from me as well. And I do appreciate you guys watching me during COTS. It does mean a lot. And I'm glad you guys enjoy me and SAT score and Oslo Masters and PCs. And Barry's casting we've been doing. We've been loving to do it. Totally many different play styles and tons of fun seeing. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.